Hello, hello. I'm so excited for this live. Thank you for everybody who RSVP'd. Super excited to nerd out with y'all. This is a behind the build, behind the scenes, all about how I've systemized my custom Airtable builds. So this is very meta because of course we build all of our client management systems in Airtable, and Airtable is the foundation of absolutely everything client management for us. And that's like the hill I will die on is Airtable has to be your source of truth for all of your client management. So I want to show you today, we're going like true behind the scenes, true transparency. I have a $6,000 done for you service that we've been selling since January. It's an agency model and I have delivery assistants, they deliver it. And I do the high level like consulting and strategy, and the client and the delivery assistant delivers it with the clients. We've done about a dozen of those this year, and they have been working. But I was seeing as a offer happens to grow and evolve, all of the gaps, and specifically what was still dependent on me. Even though I had delivery assistants, even though I was getting out of the delivery for the most part, there were still parts of the puzzle that relied on me. And I'm about to go to Portugal for 3 weeks. Like, I want to make sure that our clients can still, get results, and that my whole business doesn't have to pause just when I'm out on vacation. So we have built systems to really streamline the offer to make it not only easier for the team to deliver and for me to get out of delivery altogether, but also for our clients to get so much better results so much faster. I cannot wait to show you this system because truly, I'll kind of talk you like through the behind the scenes, but like technically now I've gotten my brain so delegated with these systems that I don't technically even need to be inside of this offer at all. So really excited to walk you through this. And if you are a done for you service provider, or if you're somebody who's looking into getting my services, this is going to be a great video for you. So if we have not met before, my name is Ashley Rose and I am an Airtable and systems expert. And I help coaches and service providers build back-end systems that they can actually scale their client management with. So if you have one-on-one offers, group offers, if you're a service provider, if you have group programs, masterminds, memberships, I set up the systems to help you automate the onboarding, delivery, and offboarding of your offers, and also track the results of your offer. So what I'm showing you today is the behind the scenes backend of my Airtable Client Hub that I have built. So I am doing this for two reasons. One, I want to inspire you and encourage you to think of updating your systems first when you are having delivery issues. Because if your first instinct when demand picks up is to raise your prices or squeeze your team, decrease their hourly rate, there is a third option, and it's a third option a lot of us don't really think about, which is fix your systems. A lot of us are like, oh, like this is just what it takes. It just takes 100 hours per Airtable build to build this out. And I was like, there has to be actually a better way to fix this problem, which is fixing our systems. And that's what we did. So one, if you are in this zone, our Client Hub is the best way to get started fixing your systems. And two, if you've ever been curious about what it actually looks like to hire my team for a done for you Airtable build, you're about to see exactly what happens when you pay, when you become a client, what the back end of our portal looks like, all those things. All right. So let's get into it. And if you're here live and you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But I wanted to talk about the old system and why it was breaking. It wasn't necessarily, nothing was breaking, nothing was going wrong. I just saw that there was a path that it was not going to be sustainable for us. So here's what our beginning done for you process looked like. A client would pay us, and then they would get the opportunity, they would get a call scheduler to book 2 90-minute calls with myself and a delivery assistant. So I called them offer experience audits. They were really, really valuable calls. On that call, because I have been in client systems for the last 6 years, my brain knows all of the questions to ask. So we would go from the beginning of their offer to the end and say, what are you doing now? Who is sending this contract? What software are you on? What is the result that you're tracking? Like, I would just ask all of the questions. And the delivery assistant was on the back end using an app that we use called Puzzle, and was like literally mapping it all out, putting out all the questions. We were getting everything out of the client. I was asking all the high level strategy questions, getting everything out of the client's brain. And the delivery assistant was absorbing all of that, turning it into a plan, and then would go off and build it. we had 2 90-minute calls because we figured out it takes about 3 hours to get everything out of a client's brain about their offer, because a lot of the times people like don't really know what, like, how is that process going, or like how do we get a contract to somebody, or they're like, I've been doing it this way, but I think there might be a better way to do it. And so it's like a lot of strategy. So it took us about 3 hours, and honestly it was great. For the first dozen or so builds, that worked really well. Clients were leaving being like, oh, I've never really articulated this, or like, oh my God, I do so much in this offer, I can't believe I've been doing so much stuff manually. That clarity that they were getting was really exciting. But those calls, I'm sure you can tell, they require a lot of scheduling. They require a lot of brain time. So every single call like that required me to be on a call, required my delivery assistant to be on a call, required like the CEO and the ops person and maybe a co-coach. Like there was just a lot of time it took. So my brain, my time, my calendar, like time zones, like it was just a lot of scheduling. And we were running into an issue where we have amazing delivery assistants who live in London. And like there was going to be times, or clients that live in Australia, that I could never get on an offer experience audit call with them because our schedules were never going to align. So it wasn't just my schedule and like me wanting a free time, like free like calendar. It was truly just like calls are not going to be the most sustainable path for us going forward. So that was one of the reasons I was like, this is the main piece of the puzzle that is the biggest bottleneck that is going to like not be scalable for us. So when demand started picking up for the offer, I was like trying to figure out what to do there. And I was trying to figure out like, how do I fix this part? What was also happening on those calls is we would uncover even more things that they wanted us to do and build for them. And so it was this negotiation of like, what's in scope, what's out of scope, what can we do, what can't we do? And sometimes projects, full transparency, they would take 30 hours to deliver, and sometimes they would take 100. So obviously the profit margin of that is very different. So it was like they were kind of opening up very open-ended calls that would result in different promises or different like ideas and all of those things. We just needed, like, I knew that those calls were not going to be the best thing moving forward. So when I sat down and looked at what was breaking in the offer, or what was going to break, I realized the problem was like not the offer itself. Our clients were happy. Our delivery assistants knew what to do after that call. The biggest thing was all of the strategy living in my head and everything being based on a calendar invite. There was no system for really catching that other than me having to be there. So instead of raising the rates because my time was going to be limited, or trying to figure out like just different ways for us to do this, I asked myself, what if I built this in a way that I actually didn't have to be there? And if you are a done for you service provider, you know how scary, or like you feel like you are the special snowflake of that. And it's like, well, they're not going to pay $6,000 if I'm not there. And I really challenged myself to be like, they want the result, and they want the result as fast as possible. I think I could build better systems to get them that result as fast as possible. So that's what I built. And I'm going to show you that now. So I want to be clear. I'm about to show you like a very sexy looking client portal, but on the back end, this is run through Airtable and through my client hub. So we use my own Airtable client hub that I have built, and like since it's been a template that we've sold for 6 years. I sell it as a DIY template. We have a $3,000 group program where you can build it yourself with our support, and we have VIP days where you can like have like assistants, consultants, and retainer. Or we have this $6,000 build that's totally done for you. So, but all of this stems from the client hub. And because we had our data all in one centralized place, I built this system in a weekend. Of course, I'm also a systems expert, so it took me it was pretty straightforward, but we built this client portal, and I just want to show you how everything looks. But before I built out the portal, I did something that I recommend that everybody does, which is before you start to really build out your new systems, I think it's really imperative to just refresh your offer and like make sure you're clear on what your offer looks like. So I'm going to add to the stage our info sheet. I totally revamped our sales page. It's like I rebuilt this. It's not even rebuilt on our sales page yet. It's actually still just a Google Doc. So this is what I'm selling through right now. But I made really clear like what the result was of the offer before I started to build out our new updated systems, because before this, I think I'll actually show you the differences so you can see. It was like custom Airtable builds for coaches and service pros. Like, your systems can't keep up with your growth. With our custom Airtable build, we've got your back. It was way more custom. Let me add it to here so you can see. Mhm. Cool. So this is our old sales page, which is obviously a lot prettier than a Google Doc, but the data wasn't as clear. So it was, take my systems off your team's to-do list. With your current systems can't keep up with your growth. With our custom Airtable build, we've got your back. On our sales call, I'll do this 3 top systems fix that'll save you time, make you money, get your clients better results. So it was just like, here's what we can build. And it's like we were kind of like picking and choosing based on like all of these different options. Again, very cute sales page. But it wasn't very clear of like, this is what we get. Like, we just cleaned it up a little bit. So how I cleaned it up was, there we go. Great. So instead of saying like, here's the systems that we can build for you, here's like what is possible, like, it's like, now we say like, you are going to get a custom client hub. Like, everybody needs the client hub. It's a done for you client hub setup. So it's not like, oh, take your systems off your to-do list. I was like, clear, like, I've taken the guesswork out of what systems you need to run a group program or a one-on-one service. If you're a coach or service provider, there's no better option than the Airtable Client Hub. You need these systems right now. You don't want to be an Airtable Pro. Your OBM is maxed out. Delegate the Client Hub delivery to us. So I feel like this sales page and like the results of this offer is way more powerful now. And because of our systems, we're actually able to promise a lot more in the offer. So what you are able to do now is, we say, you just tell us what your offer has and we'll set these systems up for you. So if you have applications, a sales call, if you need one-click client profiles, automated onboarding, if you have group calls or one-on-one calls, if you want weekly custom client updates, deliverable and revision request workflows, a results tracker, support tickets, we build all of this inside of our done for you offer. All of this for $6,000, including your resigns and automated offboarding. So if you had every single one of these systems, we can set that up for you. There is no way without the system I'm about to show you that I could afford profit-wise to be able to charge $6,000 for all of this. But because I was committed to fixing my systems, I'm able to keep the price point low enough that people are like, oh shit, like, this is a great value. I'm getting all of this for $6,000. All of these systems will be handled for me. Instead of being like, oh, like, as a service provider, if you charge 10, 15,000, you are going to have less people who can afford that. And also, like, your client, like, there's just less room for flexibility, error. Like, your standards have to be a lot higher. Not that our standards aren't, but it's just a different type of buyer. And it's a different type of experience. And so we found that like, we really we find that like a $6,000 offer is really easy for me to sell. It's very clear and able to articulate the ROI of the offer. If you have a group program that you're about to launch and it's a $2,500 group program and you want to sell 100K, 60K, like, the ROI is immediately there for you. So 6K is just like an easy yes for me. It has been. So that's what we went with. So I got clear on our sales page first, and then I built our systems. I'm going to show you what the system looks like now. Before this, because this was so custom, here's what I was doing. I had a sales call. And then with the sales call, I would then take the transcript of the sales call and I would plug it into AI and be like, based on the sales call and based on their pain points, make me a custom proposal for this client. I was getting that done, but it was just taking time and it required me to be on a sales call. I can't always be on a sales call with people. Now that our offer is so tight and like, here is what we get, they don't have to book a sales call. They can, or they can just DM me on Instagram. You can just DM me on Instagram and say, hey, will this work for my offer? like here's everything that we get. So we got really clear on that. So instead of having to do custom proposals for every done for you offer, we've streamlined that as well. So I really asked myself, like, what are all the ways that I can streamline this? So, and we also got clear on our deliverables. So you get a done for you client hub setup. We have these clear offer framework and system build briefs forms. So before you build, you get these detailed forms. That is the replacement of the offer experience audit calls. I'll walk you through what those look like. But if they get stuck while filling out their forms, they can book a support call with one of the delivery assistants to talk through their answers, to get strategy. So that's much easier for my team to be able to be like, here's all the things that Ashley needs them to answer. But if they get stuck, they can talk to one of my team members. And so that's kind of how we're compromising there. And that's been working well. They get weekly systems progress updates. So no wondering what's happening behind the scenes. They get weekly updates. So they always know where we're at in the build. We do that through Airtable very easily. We get a testing checklist and 2 rounds of revisions, a visual SOP workflow, 4 weeks of monitoring, 4 weeks of support, and discounted future builds. So here's all the systems we'll build for you. And we have all of that. So I'm going to buy as a user, Ashley plus test YouTube. Great. So I'm going to complete this order. Like I said before, I had to do like custom Dubsado things. Now it's just one payment like this. Very easy. This is built on ThriveCart. ThriveCart's going through a lot right now. I don't know if I recommend ThriveCart much anymore, but it is what we've had for a long time. So it's what we still have. So I am now going to log into our client portal. And let me just double check the email that I used because I will always forget it. Great. Cool. Okay. So Airtable, because the person, when the client buys, they go automatically into our Airtable client portal, or like client hub on the back end, and Airtable sent this email automatically. We could further brand it later, but it says like, we're so excited to build your client hub for you. Over the next few weeks, we'll be transforming the back end of your offer. Complete your project onboarding. So what they're going to do is log into our little Zite portal. So our custom portal is built on Zite. It's the back end is powered by Airtable, but this is built here. Sign out. So they get a magic link from Zite. Confirm their email. And this, we're still building all of this, right? So we'll see how much, like, it's pretty dialed in, but what's really cool about Zite and our portals and everything is that we're able to customize it like very quickly. So if something breaks on here, it'll definitely be fixed by the time everybody's systems are live, but it's been really, really cool to build in Zite and we've had a lot of fun doing it. So because all of our data was in Airtable, it just really was so easy for us to build this custom like portal in a weekend. So this is the client portal that you get right away. And already this is so much better of an experience than just like, cool, book an offer experience audit. Oh, we don't have, or booked out for 2 weeks. So like, we'll talk to you on the call. So we have this section so they get to complete their onboarding form and they share their software access and branding. So those are 2 immediate first steps for them. And then we outline our project journey. So complete their onboarding. They're going to complete their systems build briefs. I'll show you what that looks like. We build their systems, they're in testing revisions, and then systems are live. If they have support tickets, they fill them out there. Again, all those support tickets are powered on the back end with Airtable. So if they go to their onboarding, I want them to tell us about their offer. And so all of this stuff, this is the type of stuff that I would talk about on the sales, like on the offer experience audit call. So it's still me. It's still my brain, my strategy. We just created systems around it to make it easier for them to get stuff done. So let's say systems over stress. They would fill out all this. So it's a group program, it's evergreen, it's lifetime access. Like these are all the questions that we need to be answered before we, just to have the context. When do you expect applications to open? That's a helpful question for us. You know, when do you expect open cart or new sales to come through? Who's involved? The founder, OBM, co-coaches, delivery assistants. Next. Your offers result. So this is really important for us. We always believe in building your systems around helping your clients get results. That's why it was so important for me to get clear on my result here before I started to revamp our systems. So if I go back to my Zite portal, cool. If they don't know their offers result, they can, we have a bot that walks them through it, helps clients set up onboarding. Okay. And they're like, yeah, it feels clear, but I still want you to review it. Click next. And then here is where they get to choose the systems that they want us to build. So it's simply just clicking them. So if they're like, yep, I have applications, or actually don't have applications, but I do have sales calls. Yes, I want the historical import. I want the one-click client profiles. I want async coaching, group calls, and one-on-one, but I don't have weekly updates or deliverable requests, and I want resigns. So there. And then just anything else they want us to know. And my onboarding is complete and ready to submit. So when they click submit onboarding, we tell them very clearly, here's what's going to happen next, return to client portal. And then they have to do the logistical piece of sharing their software access and their branding with us. We walk them through how to do that. So yes, I've shared the password. I'm on the team plan. I shared the Zapier. I'm on the pro plan. Here's my logo. Here's my brand colors. So that just helps us like build out in a way that people can kind of see their branding already. Going to submit and close there. So right away, people can get started with us. Then what happens is, again, all of this used to be in my brain, but I created the systems to walk them through this. They now complete these systems build briefs. So based on every system that they selected, they now have a little form to work through. So let's do one-click client profiles and internal client notes. And you can see here, it's just very visible. Like we're in the brief stage, then we'll be in review, build, test 1, revise 1, test 2, revise 2, and live. So this is what we're working on. So if you're one of our clients, or if you're in a prospective client, we've taken all of the guesswork out of it for you. You do have to answer some questions for us, but it helps us get the answers we need so we can actually build. So if I open up our build brief, which let me go back here, allow once. Let me pull that up. Fantastic. Okay. Just pulling it up onto the right page. Cool. All right. So you can see me. I'm still playing around with this one, but this is the updated tester over here. So you can see the build brief now has these different pages over here. Offer and checkout, onboarding form, confirmation and follow-up, historical client import, one-click client notes, backend data and metrics, wrap-up. So all the types of things that I would ask on a call. Offer checkout software. So tell me what it is. Tell me your pay in full option. $3K, your contract software, and then your onboarding form, what's it currently built on, all of the questions that we would need. So, and then we just need what they want the form to say, the title, description, the form questions. We're building out actually the form questions. It's able to do an AI generated option. So we'll give it the prompts that we would use to say, hey, like based on their results here, like how would we build these form questions based on Ashley's strategies? So we do use AI in this offer, and that also helps us keep our prices down. I can pull up, we can of course pull these form questions from our brains, but I've found we do use AI in that way to take the strategy and the frameworks that I have so it can generate it based on your custom offer. So we have you start with that. But if you ever want to talk to us and say, hey, I'm the type of person, I am a neurodivergent person who needs to talk this stuff out, or I just want to double check, I'm thinking about this, maybe I should do it this way. we're very like measure twice, cut once over here. So we're very like build out, like let's think about the high end strategy before we build it. Because if we build a system and then you're like, actually, I want to change, I want to check this result instead, then you're basically building a whole other system and it's going to cost you more. So it's making sure that you feel really clear on what you're asking and what you want to build before we actually build it. Same with like the confirmation email after the submission. So when somebody submits the onboarding form, what should that say? Because we've built years and years and years of client profiles, we know what to ask you. So you might not know that like, oh, of course, after a call, like after somebody submits their form, there should be a confirmation email. What should that confirmation email even say? We'll have it have like spit out placeholders. And then if they've joined and they haven't submitted their onboarding form yet, do you want to reach out to them in 7 days, 3 days, a week, like or 10 days, whatever that is, and remind them? So we ask you all of those questions. So most of this stuff you can totally, do on your own. But if you do ever want to talk to us, you absolutely can book a call with any of the delivery assistants. They're all over the world pretty much. And it's like, okay, yep, I want a Slack message to be sent to the team when an onboarding form is filled out. I want an email sent to the team members. We ask you all of the questions. Historical client import, just give us your client import. What do you want on your client notes? Who are the members that are going to be leaving notes possibly? What's back-end data points that you care about? So the number of clients who've submitted an onboarding form. Are there any like onboarding form trends you want to know? We ask you everything. I have taken years and years of my brain and every type of offer and put it in here. And what's so cool about Zite and building a custom client portal is as more people go through this, we like can add in more details. For example, if someone says that their offer checkout is a Stripe payment link, I might have an option that comes up and says, hey, I know we have this in our one-on-one call scheduler. If they use Google Meet, I'm like, hey, Google Call Scheduler or whatever, it's like, this has limited automation capabilities. We recommend you switch to TidyCal. If you don't want to switch, you understand that you're not in the most automation friendly software and there's going to be more manual work for you and there's going to be more maintenance required. Like we let people know those things based on the software that they choose because our Zite portal is so custom. So this is what I've built over the last like week or so to fix my offer and get my profit margins in a better place, to get our team way easier for them to be able to deliver, for our clients to feel supported and like we're the experts that we are. We're not asking you like, hey, tell us your process and we'll build around your process. That doesn't work for people. When you come to us, we know we are the experts. You trust us to build in the system that works best for you. So that is like, you are our ideal client if you believe that. If you're like, I want my offer to run as smoothly as it can. I'm tired of things slipping through the cracks. I know my spreadsheets aren't working. I know managing all my clients and ClickUp has like been a disaster. The Basato is not meeting my needs. There's more that I need. Then all of this, like we walk you through all of these systems. And then once you finish your build brief, you're done. We are going to take what we're going to review it, make sure we have everything that we need. And then we will be building your systems and then we'll be walking you through the testing and revisions process. So we're with you every step of the way. We really take care of you. And this client portal gives you full visibility on everything that's going on in the offer. So if you are interested in being a client of ours, there is a link to that Google Doc in the description below of this YouTube video. And there's a link like in this, you can book a sales call with us. You can DM me on Instagram. You could just go right to the checkout. And if you are the type of like, if you're a service provider or a coach and you want to have something like this, we can also build out this type of client portal for you as well. That would be more of you would need the Client Hub first. So that is an add-on. Building this type of system is an add-on to our done for you builds. So if you want to get a portal like this for yourself, you'd have to either have a Client Hub that you've built through Systems Over Stress or through our Client Hub already, or do our done for you offer, and then we would build this afterwards, because you cannot build something as sophisticated and custom like this unless it's powered by Airtable. So that's just when you're in Airtable and when you're on our Client Hub, there's no limit of all the cool customizations and things that you can make. So I hope this was interesting to see. If you have any comments, or if you have any questions, let us know. This is built on Zite, Zite, which is Zite and Fillout are our two favorite like no code tools for form building, for client portals, all of that stuff. It's been so fun to build these for our clients and to build them for ourselves. And this has just been awesome, an awesome way to support our clients. So we're really excited to add more clients into this offer. We have thought of everything in order to make you feel supported. So if you have any questions about it, please drop a comment below, DM me on Instagram. I'm at Systems Over Stress, or you can always book a time on my sales call calendar as well. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.